Hi, I'm going to be doing some TV and movie commentaries and reviews and analysis, like deep dives for some of them, and reactions. I was just thinking about that. So that's where my channel is going to be, like the direction it's going in, for anyone who's wondering. But before I do that, currently I am very broke, and I don't even want to start doing that unless I can have a glass of Coca-Cola with me. If I can't have a beer, I at least want the Coke. Fuck. So, and that sounds bad just in and of itself. Like, just cut that part out and just, yep. Anyways, so, before I start getting into that, I've been listening to a lot of music, and there's a lot of stuff that I want to say about music, but I don't want to say all of it because a lot of it I really should not be speaking to because I don't know. Like, music isn't the same as TV. Music comes from a person, and a band or a entertainer that's like, they have like a character, I guess, like, not necessarily a character, an image, a gimmick, like that kind of thing, right? But it's still a human being. So I don't really like analyzing another, like an artist's work, because it's not the same as analyzing TV. But Citizen Soldier did something, and to be clear, I would never ever ever criticize something that I don't fundamentally enjoy, that I don't like see the goal that they were going for, and it's like, okay, I really really like this, but you messed up this part or something like that. So Citizen Soldier is a fantastic artist. I just started listening last year. I guess it's, so I really felt like I had to disclaim that because, and I don't know this for sure, but I guess he got discovered on TikTok because he was going through a period in his life wherein he didn't want to live it anymore, and then channeled all of that into music, as many of us often do. So it's really impactful music, but at the same time, I really, really want to clarify that my criticism isn't like, it's not a deep criticism. It's just like, hey, writing, let's get this together and let's like all make great works while we all share our tips on writing and storytelling and stuff. So anyways, Face to Face, I love that song. It's about like channeling your shadow self, not channeling, but like acknowledging and facing face to face. And it's an absolutely fantastic song. And where it kind of loses me is in the bridge, where the music drops a bit and then it goes to talking. Like, that's like a style in music, right? And then it's like, what he says is, I was in such a dark place, something had to change, so I faced it. And it's very simple and it's straightforward, and that works for what it's going for, but it doesn't have the same emotional impact as I think he would have meant it to have. The emotional impact that I get the most is I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. Every time I say that, I'm always like, I'd rather die on my feet than live on my, like, I just get into it. And it's not because I like those lyrics more than anything else. It's the intensity of how he says it. I can like really get into it. But for that, I see what he was going for, because Bring Me the Horizon does it in Hospital for Souls. Like, right at the beginning, it's like he's talking, and it sounds like it's cut from an interview, but it's not. It's just part of the song, and not that I've looked into it. But that has like a really, like, it brings you into the song where it's like, oh, like, this is what you're feeling whenever you're like writing this, whenever you're singing this. This is like what is going on in your mind and in your soul, and it's very impactful, and it like, the way that it's presented isn't, and like I said, I get what they were going for with the simple, but it's not simple in that it's very straightforward, but it's like every line has a new level of impact. And by the end of it, you're just kind of like ready for, like, there's this music that's washing over you and you're ready for it. I think about music too much. So in Citizen Soldier, Face to Face, where I think the problem lied, because they have that musical impact, they did that fairly well if they'd had the right lyrics, and I don't even necessarily know what's wrong with the lyrics that would make it more impactful. I can't like go and correct this and be like, oh, you should try this, and like, I'm not doing that right now. But there's just something about it. The fact that it's in the bridge too, that should be the like emotional pivotal point of the song, and it pulls you out of it more than it brings you to that emotional point. So it's just a comment on, like I said, I don't know what could have been there that would have done it more impactful, but I think a little bit more imagery, a little bit more like poetry, I guess. Because I get the simple that they were going for, but you can keep it simple and be poetic with it. And again, like they were poetic, like, you know, something had to change, so I faced it, and then the song is I'm face to face with the devil, and it's like, it's very poetic in that sense, but it's just, it's missing something. There would have been an extra layer of like emotionality to it, and it would have been a perfect song. But with that missing, it's like, and it's a great example of something in writing and in music, like that's universally shared throughout all of writing, where it's like, just this little tweak can improve your writing so much. Now, again, I don't know what the tweak would be. I'm not a great writer yet. But yeah, just all in all, I think that song's brilliant, and I get what they were going for, or I wouldn't be commenting on it. But that is, like, it just misses the mark, I find. And I'm sorry. And otherwise, great music. And for anyone who doesn't know, Citizen Soldier has a duet with Kellen Quinn, Never Ending Nightmare. I just found that. I loved Sleeping with Sirens for like 10 years. Nope, didn't know that one. I don't know if they didn't advertise it or what, but like, it's a good one. So anyways, enjoy life. Bye. That sounds like I'm being sarcastic at the end of like, oh, the Citizen Soldier disclaimer that I just gave, but it was really just a completely unrelated bye, and now my anxiety is getting to me, so I really do have to say bye. But that was totally unrelated. Just enjoy your life, whoever you are. Have fun in your life. Bye. I'm gonna go try and enjoy mine.